Hello everyone, this is Rajesh Dwivedi and I am here with my new PowerPoint video, the Northern Plain of India. Now, as far as Northern Plain is concerned, it is formed by the continued deposition by some important rivers. They are Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus along with their tributaries. Uh, Now, this plain in total it extends for 3200 kilometer, but in India it is 2400 kilometer in east-west direction, and the width of this plain is 150 to 300 kilometer. It is more wider in the west compared to the east. Now, it is one of the most fertile plain in the world because here it has a favorable climate and adequate water supply, which support both the type of agriculture, food and commercial crops on large scale. It then it is believed that due to continuous deposition of sediments here, this northern plain uh, develop a very deep and thick profile of the soil. Uh, it is observed that it is about 1000 meter to 2000 meter deep. Now, this plain occupy one-fifth area of the total area of India, but it support half of the population because of its favorable condition. So, it remain always a center of political, economic, and cultural activities. Uh, then we see the geomorphology of northern India. That means the difference of the relief. So, on the basis of depending upon the differences in the surface relief, this plain is divided into uh, many divisions. The first is Bhabar and Tarai. Now, look at first we will see the Bhabar. Now, Bhabar actually it lies along the Sivalik mountain range and it runs from Indus River in the west to Tista in the east. This Bhabar is about 8 to 16 kilometer wide and it mostly comprises of pebble, that means the stone uh, rocks over here. Uh, actually developed the porous bed. Now, this and because of this porous bed, due to porosity, that means it allows the water to pass to go down uh, of the rocks. The stream disappear here and it flows underground. What happened that due to excess of the stone presence of stone, the water goes inside and it is flowing uh, like a sub stream under the ground, and due to excess of this presence of stone, the area is not much suitable for agriculture. Then comes the Tarai. This actually lies south of the Bhabar and run almost parallel to it. The width of this Bhabar is 20 to 30 kilometer wide. Now, here it is mostly composed of the fine alluvium and covered by very thick forest over here. Now, the stream which disappear in Bhabar, that underground stream re-emerge here in the Tarai region. So what happened due to excess of the water, uh, the area becomes marshy. Now, most of the Tarai area that actually there the cultivation is done after reclaiming the land. That means first water is drained out from the area, and then the land is left for few days to dry, and the cultivation started. Next is Bhangar and Khadar. Now, first we'll see the Bhangar. It is the highland. This soil is found in the highland and composed of alluvium, and it mainly covers the large part of the northern plain, uh, and it is always above the level of the floodplains. That means normally it is above 80 to 100 meters above, and present uh, means like a terrace, a stepwise structure, and this soil is full of conchers, and that means small pieces of stones, and calcareous structure means uh, the type of stone chips which is full of calcium carbonate. Now, the area is not much suitable for agriculture due to this, but can be brought under the agriculture if we use the proper fertilizer and develop a proper way of irrigating the land. Then comes the Khadar. Khadar is the lowland, uh, and it is mainly covered by the new alluvium. And this Khadar, whenever the water goes excess in the river, this Khadar soil area comes under the water, and it is so that's why it is flooded every year, and always a new layer of alluvium deposit develops over there. Now, this actually characterized by the fine silt and the clay soil, and due to this the soil became very rich in terms of fertility. Now, this khadar is very fertile soil, and it is ideal for intensive agriculture, especially if we see a country like India. Now, then comes the subdivision of the plains of the northern India. Means this division is actually done on the basis of the river which is forming the land over there, and they have a very special characteristics. Now, first comes that is the Punjab plain. This plain is about 640 kilometer long, in northeast direction and southwest direction, uh, almost like a parallelogram, and this run from uh, west to east about 300 kilometers. Now, in India, this Punjab plain uh, is found in Punjab, Haryana, and Himachal Pradesh state. And this plain is found by five most important rivers, that is Satluj, Ravi, Chenab, Beas, and Jhelum rivers. And the most common features found in the plain area, Punjab plain, is doabs. That means the land between two rivers, which is considered very fertile. Now, and this Punjab plain, separated by Aravali, the watershed. Watershed is actually the crucial dividing point relief, which actually this Aravali Hills separated Punjab plains from the Ganga basin. Second comes Rajasthan plains. Desert area is also count in plain area. Now, this is a sandy desert area which is surrounded by the important features. In the north is Satluj in the northwest, uh, Run of Kutch, that is in the south. In the east is Aravali range, and Indus Valley, that means the Pakistan border towards the west. Now, this is the vast undulating plain, that means the rolling plain, where you will find average elevation is not very high. It's hardly 325-meter near Aravali, and 150-meter near the Indo-Pak border. Now, the area receives very less rainfall, and it mostly covered with very less vegetation, the thorny vegetation, and some saltwater lakes also found over here. And the only seasonal, or you can say that inland river which is found is Luni River. Then comes the Ganga Plain. The Ganga Plain, uh, it covers mostly the state of UP, Bihar, and West Bengal. And this plain is formed by the continuous depositional work of Ganga and its tributaries. Even the tributaries of Ganga bring very large volume of water and sediments. Now, this plain actually slope towards from west towards east or the southeast. Now, this plain is mainly divided into three parts. The western part of this Ganga plain is called Ganga Yamuna Doab. The middle part is called the Awadh plain, and the most fertile one, Mithila plain, that is in the east. Now, the alluvial deposit here is very deep, that is about 1000 to 2000 meter thick. Then comes the Brahmaputra plain, which is almost in the east. Now, this is mainly located in Assam, so that's why sometimes it is also called Assam plain, and it covers a distance of about 640 kilometer, which starts from Dhubri to Sadia, which is also one of our most important waterways. Now, the width here is 90 to 100 kilometer. Uh, this plain is formed by the deposits of loads, that means the sediments that brought by the stream or the channel of the Brahmaputra and its tributaries, and it flows in east to west direction, and due to excess of the sediment the flow of the river is slow. Now, in north, river actually forms the marshy area, and at some places we find hillocks, that means a hill like structure which developed due to continuous deposition. Now, and there are many riverine island, that means the island which is formed by the sediment deposits of the river, that is also found over here, and the world's largest riverine island, Mazauli, that is also uh, present over here. Then comes the Ganga Brahmaputra Delta. This is the largest and the most fertile and fastest growing delta of the world, because this is actually known means discharged by many rivers which brought the fresh sediments, and uh, here is extremely gentle slopes, so the speed of the river actually reduced drastically, and this actually due to continuous deposition of silt and debris, uh, the river channels here uh, distributed in different streams, and they are called distributaries. That means the streams which is coming out from the main river, that is called distributaries. Now, and the delta is mainly dominated by mangrove forest, which is very thick and commercially good forest. Then comes this significance of the northern plain. Now, what we find over here, that is fertile alluvial soil uh, in the northern plain. The land is flat and extensively wide, and we find here not very fast but slow moving perennial river, means throughout the year the river which is flowing, and above all the favorable climate condition over here. Now, this plain actually support the high density of the population, and especially it enrich the, or you can say that support agro-based economy. The entire plain, except the Thar Desert, except the Thar Desert, they have a very close and rich network of roads and railways, and this ultimately led to the development of industrialization and urbanization. Apart from the northern plain, have they have been socially and religiously, they are very much important in terms of literature, art, architecture. Even the rivers are also considered sacred, that means the holy river. uh, and means due to extensive use of uh, uh, means irrigation, uh, this plain is also known as the greenery of India. That's why it is the home of about half of the Indian population. So what we find over here, that means as a whole, this northern plain is very important uh, region, which is supporting our country in all manners, and we require to take proper care of all these. So thank you everyone, and very soon I will be with the new PowerPoint video of the peninsular plateau. Thank you very much. So we will meet very soon, and